Hey folks, how you doing? Coach Gavin again here from TFW Hybrid. So this is going to be our third video in our kind of little nutrition series that we've done here. The first video we discussed the system we've put together over the past 12 months in particular, but also over our 9 years experience as a coach on kind of when it comes to people's nutrition that there has to be a tiered or a layered approach to their nutrition, okay? You can't just jump straight in at the high end without having built your foundation before. So a quick recap of that is as follows. We start off with our Warrior 20. So the Warrior 20, as we discussed in our previous video, which you can find on the YouTube channel, is basically the 20 most nutritious, the most nutritious, nutrient-rich foods that there is out there as well. Simply following that guide or that checklist will enable you to improve your health, drop some weight, and start to build on, obviously along with the right training to support it then as well. It's very simple to follow. As I said, it's a checklist of 20 foods. You log what you do, see what you're not eating, start eating those things, and watch your body start to improve gradually, day by day as you go along. Then after that, we go into the handful method. So the handful method is a very basic, straightforward, simple to follow kind of portion control approach. So it doesn't replace the Warrior 20, it's along with it, okay? So you don't just go, okay, I'm finished with that, throw it away and bring in the second one. The two of them are combined together, all right? Now, then we went on to kind of testing, trial and error. So as time goes on and the longer you train, we do need to start kind of maybe tweaking small parts of what you eat just to see how well your body reacts to certain foods. Because naturally enough, as time goes on, you're going to want to have meals out, you're going to want to try different foods in as well that aren't necessarily included in, say, the Warrior 20, alright? So once you hit your goal, you can start kind of tweaking those things as you go along. And then finally, we like to deal kind of lastly with kind of macros and percentages and things like that then as well. So as I said, this is our system. Again, it's working for us and for the people that train here. There are plenty of other systems out there as well that do work. So again, I would try and find what works for you. And what I mean by that is a system you can follow day on day, meal by meal, effectively forever, okay? I don't just mean a system where you're going to drop a few pounds, you know, you're going to lose the weight, put it back on, lose weight, put it back on then as well, because that's just a really crappy roundabout to be on. So today I'm going to talk to you about the third block here, so the testing and the trial and error phase, alright? So in the past few years, there's been a huge increase in how popular having a food intolerance or a food allergy is. Everyone all of a sudden is, oh, I'm gluten-free, I'm celiac, I've got problems with dairy, this, that, and the other, okay? Without getting some proper testing done, you're not actually going to know 100% for certain what you have going on. But using this kind of elimination approach, you can see what foods just don't react well. You might not know why, or you might not know to what extent, but you will know which foods just probably are ones you should avoid. So I'm going to walk you through the system here now, alright? So, as I said, this will only flag possible intolerances or issues. It's not going to pinpoint the exact issue, okay? So, the example we're talking about here is this can be used with bread, dairy foods, other starches, nuts, fruit and meat. So, pretty much with any food out there, you can try it, see how the body reacts to it as well. So, for this example, we're going to use bread. So, on day one, eat some bread, okay? A slice, 2-3 slices, whatever you want. Then note how your body reacts, either in a positive or in a negative way, alright? So, this can form itself in terms of, say, cramps, bloating, getting congested, getting blocked up, passing a lot of wind, passing more wind, very strong smells, okay? Being in and out of the bathroom more, strong bouts of tiredness, so you just hit a wall all of a sudden, you get really, really sleepy and tired, okay? So they're the kind of things you're going to look out for, skin issues over time then as well. So they're kind of the most common examples that we see pop up. Then, for the next 14 days, do not have that food again. So completely eliminate it in all forms from your diet. So if we're using bread as an example, no wraps, no pita breads, no crackers, no rolls, no sliced pans, no bread at all, okay? Get it completely out of your system. Then after the 14 days, on day 15, have a little bit of it again, so again a slice or two, and simply repeat that. Note how your body reacts. If your body reacts in the same fashion as it did beforehand, so again you get the cramps again, you get that bout of sleepiness, your skin starts to turn bad, okay? It's a fairly strong indicator that your body's not reacting really well to it. And again, you can do this over time. What I would say is do it with one item at a time. Because if you start removing, let's say if you remove 2 items at once and your body reacts in a negative way or in a positive way, you won't know for certain, well, was it this food I removed or was it this food that I removed? So do it one at a time, and that's going to enable you to keep track of kind of what actually is going on then as well. This will then, along with the Warrior 20 and along with the handful method, you can now eliminate foods that, okay, I'm not eating them because they don't react well with me. And it's not that you're on a particular diet or whatever, this is a lifestyle approach at the end of the day, folks, okay? So you now know, okay, well, when I am having carbs or starches or milk products or dairy products, you know which ones to avoid them as well, okay? So guys, I know it's a little bit technical and there is a lot more to it than just what we've discussed here. This is just a very simple at-home one you can do. It'll give you a little bit of peace of mind maybe, but it'll also allow you just to completely avoid certain things because as we mentioned in video 1, brown bread for me or whole grain sources of food just don't react well. I get a lot of cramping, a lot of bloating, and my energy just goes through the floor. So I, by and large, again, maybe 9 times out of 10 avoid when I am having starches, okay? I'm avoiding brown bread or whole grain versions of that as well. Alright guys, so just to wrap up, before you start doing this part here, before you do step 3, you got to be doing steps 1 and steps 2 in as well. If you're having trouble finding them as well, they are on our YouTube channel, okay? Or again, just drop a comment below in the box or drop us on an email asking for the sheet. We'll email it over to you. You can print it off, you can write it down, save it in your phone and start following it from there. One of the questions we did get after video 1 was how long should we do it for? I'm a big believer in at least 2 weeks. So between 2 to 4 weeks, I would just do one thing, follow that 100% for the 2 weeks, and then see what changes need to be made at a time. It does mean it'll take you a little longer to get to where you want to get to, but once you're there, then you have such a low chance of falling backwards. And if you do fall backwards, you then also know, well, I have the approach and I have the method and the system here to get back on top and to get back in the shape that we're looking to do. Alright guys, as always, any questions, just drop us a comment below. Thanks for your time, talk to you soon, bye.